The night was cold, the air was still. A chilling silence enveloped the streets, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. A blanket of darkness hung heavy over the sleepy town of Hollow Creek. The moon cast a pale, ghostly glow, creating long, eerie shadows that danced on the cobblestone streets. The year was 1948, a simpler time when the world moved at a slower pace, and the night sky was a canvas of twinkling stars. A time when stars twinkled like celestial fireflies in the vast expanse of the night sky. Each star, a beacon of hope, a silent guardian watching over the town. But tonight something was different. Something was wrong. An unsettling feeling hung in the air, as if the very fabric of the night had been disturbed. The townsfolk of Hollow Creek, accustomed to the comforting presence of the stars, felt a shiver run down their spines as they gazed upon the unsettling sight above. Their eyes, wide with fear and confusion, searched the heavens for the familiar twinkle that had always been there. Where countless stars had once illuminated the night, only an empty void remained. The sky, once a tapestry of light, was now a vast, dark abyss. The stars were gone, vanished, as if plucked from the sky by an unseen hand, leaving behind an eerie, unsettling emptiness that gnawed at the hearts of the townsfolk. Whispers of fear spread through the town. What could have caused such a phenomenon? Was it an omen, a sign of something terrible to come? The questions lingered in the cold night air, unanswered and haunting. As the clock struck midnight, the sense of dread deepened. Time seemed to stretch, each second a reminder of the unknown that loomed over Hollow Creek. The once familiar streets now felt alien, each shadow a potential threat, each corner hiding a mystery. The eerie darkness had transformed Hollow Creek into a place of fear and uncertainty. The moon, now obscured by thick, ominous clouds, added to the sense of foreboding. The night grew darker, and the silence more oppressive, as if the town itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. Yet, amidst the darkness, a single candle flickered in a window, a small beacon of hope. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, light could still be found. Word spread like wildfire through the town. Fear and confusion gripped the hearts of the townsfolk. What had happened to the stars? Where had they gone? Theories ranged from the plausible to the absurd. Some whispered of meteor showers, others of government conspiracies. A group of men huddled around a flickering lamppost, their faces etched with worry. They had gathered here every night for as long as anyone could remember, discussing everything from baseball to local politics. But tonight, their usual banter was replaced with hushed whispers and anxious glances at the empty sky. High atop a hill overlooking Hollow Creek stood the town's observatory. It was a place of wonder and mystery, where the secrets of the universe were slowly unveiled, one star at a time. It was here that the town's resident astronomer, a man named Dr. Benjamin Crane, spent his nights unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. Night after night he would meticulously chart the movements of celestial bodies, his mind always reaching for the stars. Dr. Crane was a peculiar man, brilliant but reclusive, often lost in his world of telescopes and star charts. His colleagues in the town rarely saw him, and when they did, he was always deep in thought, his mind seemingly light years away. Tonight, however, even Dr. Crane couldn't ignore the chilling reality before him. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, and a sense of foreboding hung over the observatory like a dark cloud. The stars, his constant companions, were gone. The familiar constellations that had guided him through countless nights had vanished, leaving behind an empty, dark sky. He peered through his telescope, his eye glued to the lens, but there was nothing but an empty void staring back at him. The vast expanse of space, once teeming with light and life, was now a desolate abyss. Dr. Crane's heart raced as he tried to comprehend the magnitude of what he was witnessing. What could have caused such a cosmic anomaly? Was it a natural phenomenon, or something far more sinister? The questions swirled in his mind, but answers eluded him. All he knew was that the night sky, his lifelong passion, had transformed into a haunting enigma. Dr. Crane couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. The disappearance of the stars had consumed him entirely. He spent every waking moment in his observatory, poring over his books, searching for any explanation, any clue, any indication that he wasn't going mad. Day turned into night, and night turned into day. But Dr. Crane remained in his observatory, a prisoner of his own obsession. He knew that something was terribly wrong. This was not a natural phenomenon. Something sinister was at play. Section 5. The Depths of Space. As Dr. Crane delved deeper into his research, he stumbled upon ancient texts, long-forgotten legends, and whispered tales of a cosmic entity, a being of unimaginable power that resided in the deepest corners of space. The entity, according to the texts, was known as the Star Devourer, a malevolent force that feasted on the light of celestial objects. It was said to appear once in a millennium, heralding an era of darkness and despair. Section 6. An Unsettling Discovery. The night was eerily quiet, the sky a vast expanse of darkness punctuated by faint, distant stars. It was a night like any other, or so it seemed. Dr. Crane dismissed these stories as mere folklore, the ramblings of superstitious minds. He was a man of science, grounded in facts and evidence, and had no time for tales of the unknown. But as he continued to observe the empty sky, night after night, a knot of dread began to form in his stomach. The more he watched, the more he felt an inexplicable sense of unease. He noticed that the darkness wasn't just the absence of light. It was a presence, a palpable entity. It seemed to watch him back, an unseen force lurking in the shadows. Then one night, as he peered through his telescope, he saw it. At first, it was just a faint blur, a smudge against the black canvas of the night sky. A faint, swirling mass of darkness, barely perceptible against the black canvas of the night sky. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before, a shadow within the shadows. It was moving, slowly but steadily, growing larger with each passing moment. The mass seemed to pulse with a life of its own, an ominous presence that sent chills down his spine. Dr. Crane's heart raced as he realized that this was no ordinary phenomenon. The darkness was alive, and it was coming closer. Section 7. The Chilling Truth. Terror gripped Dr. Crane's heart as he realized the chilling truth. The legends were true. The Star Devourer was real, and it was heading straight for Earth. He had to warn someone, had to tell the world about the impending doom. But who would believe him? Who would believe the ravings of a madman who claimed that a cosmic entity was coming to devour the sun? He was just an old astronomer, alone in his observatory, facing an unimaginable horror. Section 8. Cosmic Horror. The swirling mass of darkness grew larger, consuming everything in its path. Stars that had shone for billions of years winked out of existence as the entity drew nearer. The darkness was no longer just an absence of light. It was an entity in itself, a hungry maw that threatened to swallow everything in existence. Dr. Crane watched in horror as the last vestiges of starlight were extinguished, plunging the earth into an unnatural, suffocating darkness. The air grew heavy, thick with a sense of impending doom. The end was nigh. Section 9. Facing the Unknown. Dr. Crane knew that this was it. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Star Devourer would consume everything. He sat down in his chair, his back to the cold glass of the telescope lens, and closed his eyes. As the darkness enveloped him, he thought of his life, his work, his regrets. He thought of the stars, his constant companions, now gone forever. And then he thought of nothing at all. Section 10. Eternal Darkness. The next morning, the townsfolk of Hollow Creek awoke to a world shrouded in an unnatural darkness. The sun, their source of light and life, had vanished. The star devourer had consumed it all. The townsfolk looked up at the empty sky, their faces pale and drawn. The world as they knew it was gone. All that remained was an endless, suffocating darkness, and the chilling silence of a universe devoid of light.